All right, good morning, my dear student. This is Ramesh Soni, and let's go ahead and start our class. Today, we'll be starting with our English fast track, right? So, you all know me very well, right? I'm CA Ramesh Soni, and I'll be taking care of your indirect portions for CA final, right? So, we'll be starting with GST. Okay, let me quickly go ahead and tell you about the syllabus. CA final indirect tax, we have GST, customs, and FTP. So when I talk about the syllabus, we have GST, we have customs plus FTP. Everyone over here, right? Now GST, how many marks do we have it? 75 marks we have GST, and we have 25 marks which comes from customs and FTP. Customs is around 20 marks, 5 marks is FTP. So 25 marks. So we have 100 marks ka syllabus, right? So this is all about your syllabus. There is nothing other than that. Sir, will we be covering all the three? Yes, we'll be covering GST, we'll be covering customs, and we'll be covering the FTP portion also on the last day. So last day when we get some time, I'll be also discussing about the FTP. FTP will be covered. Don't worry about it. In a summarized way, how much we need for the exam, I'll be doing it. Now, okay, sir. Secondly, sir, please tell us about your books, right? We have 3 books which are there. One is the textbook, one is the Q&A, one is the chart book. Let me first talk about the textbook. The textbook which is there, I'll just show it to you quickly. We have the Chartmasters textbook which is there. Looks fat, right? Around 700 pages. To be very precise, might be 710 pages. Okay, so 700 pages ka textbook is there. Yes, sir. Now, the textbook which is there, it is completely amended. It is completely amended for May 21 exam. For May 21 exam, when I go ahead and say, it means all the amendments which are applicable for you for your May 21 exams have been covered in the textbook. So, amendments are covered. Secondly, you will go ahead and tell me, sir, is the ICI material also covered? Yes, Baba, the textbook which is there is completely amended with the ICI material also. So ICI released its November 20 edition of the material. We have gone through it and we have seen, we have verified whether we have not missed out on anything which extra might be ICI would have gone ahead and told you guys to read. So Baba, we don't go ahead and copy the ICI material. We have the law which is written in our book. ICI also writes the law. So the law is there in both the books. They write in their language, we write in our language, but we see to it that nothing is missed out from the ICI material for you guys, right? So everything from the ICI material has been covered and the textbook is completely amended for your May 21 exams. Now, the second thing which comes is the Q&A material. Now the Q&A which is there, again, it is completely amended. It is completely amended for your May 21 exams. So all the amendments which are there up to 31st of October have been covered in the Q&A material. Now, sir, how big is the Q&A material? Now, if you see the Q&A material, again, a fat book. Looks very fat, but Baba, it is not actually fat. Okay? From far when you see it looks fat. It's not actually fat. Okay? So, sir, what are the questions which are covered? November 20 ICI edition is covered or not? Yes, Baba, November 20 ICI went ahead and released the new study material. All the questions in the ICI, illustrations basically which are given behind in the book, illustrations in the book. Examples I have not gone ahead and put it in the Q&A material. Examples, most of it I'll be talking in the class. Now, all the illustrations which are there in your November 20 edition have been covered in the Q&A material. You don't have to worry about it. November 20 ke liye whatever RTP was applicable, MTP was applicable, that has been covered. Sir, what are the other things which are covered in the Q&A material? The Q&A material, we have CS professional ka questions which are being covered, CMA final questions which are being covered. So mostly, most of the things you will see have been covered in the Q&A material. Baba, trust me, after we go ahead and finish our class, if you go ahead and practice the Q&A material, it is a one-stop solution for you to get an exemption. You don't need anything else, right, everyone? Can we go ahead? Can we go ahead, everyone? Baba, people watching, you'll have to give me a thumbs up. Varsha, Rima, Shubham. Baba, I'll be talking about all the students who are watching from home also. So people, you'll have to give me a thumbs up when I'm talking that yes, we can go ahead, right? Now, the next thing which we have. Now, the next thing which is there is the chart book. So we will be talking about the chart book, my favorite book, and I think every student loves it also. Now this is a very fat book, the most fat book among all the three, right? So it is at 88 pages ka chart book which is there, covering around 68 pages of GST, I think, to be more precise. Yes, 66 pages of GST. And so if I show you the front page of the index of the chart book, this is the chart book. We have 66 pages in which we have tried to go ahead and cover this fat book. So this fat book has been summarized by me in around 88 pages, 66 pages to be made for GST, and 20 pages for customs. In this, FTP is not there. Baba, FTP is not there, only GST and customs is there. All the GST and customs ka amendment also has been incorporated. Now sir, what is the benefit of the chart book? See, if you can see the chart book here, everyone. Now if I open the first chapter which is there, GST in India and introduction, the whole chapter has been summarized by me in a page. So the most important thing, mostly 80 to 90% of the things have been covered in the chart. Now, one thing which you will see in the new chart book is you will see question marks have been put. Here question mark, there question mark. So wherever I have gone ahead and put a small question mark in the chart book, that is a part from where question have been asked in the exam, or more likely to be asked in the exam. So when you are reading the chart book, now see, chart book is small. A chart is just one page. So, but in that chart also, I have further gone ahead and given you selective studying, that okay, one day before the exam or 1 hour before the exam, if I still want to focus on the most important point, then Baba, these question marks which have been put are the areas which you will have to cover. Now, one more thing which you will see in the chart book. If you see at the beginning, you will see that here it is green, green, green. The areas which are written in green are the areas which are having amendment. So if you go, supposingly the first chart which is there is marked as green. When I say marked as green, now if you go to the first chart, here, this is the amendment which is there. So you will be able to see in the chart book amendment also. So sir, it means first of all, textbook has been summarized in the chart book. Secondly, I have tried that Q&As are also marked in the chart book, wherein question marks are basically the questions which are asked in the exam. Thirdly, I have also given the amendments which are the most recent amendments applicable for your exam in the chart book. So the chart book will act as a one-stop solution, that one day before the exam you don't need to see anything else other than the chart book, right everyone? Can we go ahead? Everyone gives me a thumbs up. Sajal, Akhil, can we go ahead? Teja madam, can we go ahead? Yes. So let's go ahead everyone. Now, sir, will we be getting all the 3 books? Yes, Baba, if you have opted for the ebook, you will be getting the ebook. If you have opted for the physical material, you will be getting the physical material. Now, the chart book is also amended, completely amended for May 21 exam. I'll tell you about the amendment. Sir, what if I am a student who is going ahead and writing in November 21? You are talking about May 21, but I took your class for November 21. Right. Now, I'll tell you quickly, don't worry, Baba. When you are sitting in my class, aram se relax and sit, because I love drawing. I'll be drawing things, I'll be talking about everything, and you will be understanding. Baba, you just have to relax and enjoy the class, because I'm going to enjoy a lot, and I am very sure you guys will also enjoy a lot, right? Yes. Now, okay, so if I go ahead and talk about the amendment part, if I go ahead and say the first thing, if your exam is in May 21, sir, I am writing my exam in May 21. So, till when ka amendments are applicable for you guys? You guys will have to talk with me. People, please go ahead and talk with me. Up to 31st of October 2020 ka amendments are applicable for you guys. Now, your textbook, your Q&A and your chart book are updated till here. Right? So if you are a student who is writing in May 21, Baba, don't see here, don't see there, see only in the textbook, chart book and Q&A. Everything has been updated, everything has been amended. Now, sir, if my exam is in November 21, but I have already taken your classes, Baba, don't worry, relax, I'm there. So what I'm telling is till 31st October 2020, I have already amended your book. For you, the amendments 6 months prior to the exam are applicable. Means these 6 months ka amendments are not. So, but 6 months prior, that is 30th of April, 30th of April till 30th of April 2021 means in between wala this amendments you will have to cover. Now, sir, how will we get this amendment? Because I am writing in November 21, Baba, don't worry about it. This amendments, first of all, the amendment notes which are there, I'll be going ahead and providing. The amendment video which is there, I'll be providing on YouTube. Sir, amendment notes, how will I get it? Baba, you'll have to go to www.rameshsoni.com. Under their free resources, you will be able to download. Right? Sir, amendment video, Baba, I'll be putting it up on YouTube. You will be able to see n number of times. So, Baba, if your exam is in May 21, then also relax. If your exam is in November 21, then also relax. There's nothing to worry about. Right? So, the most important thing I've already spoken about. The first thing I've told you about the syllabus. You guys already knew it, but still I've gone ahead and told you. The second thing, books, textbook, Q&A and chart book. Baba, don't worry about it. You don't have to see ICI material. Don't come back and text me saying, sir, you did not tell whether ICI material. Baba, ICI material, everything has been covered. Don't worry at all about it. Right? Examples, I'll be talking in the class. Examples, I have not gone ahead and copied from there. We can't go ahead and copy everything from the ICI material. Law, actually, we should not copy only, right? Chalo, let's go ahead, everyone. Now, the next one which is there is the amendment part. Amendment part, I've already gone ahead and told you. 31st of October tak amendments are applicable. I'll be teaching. This batch is completely amended for May 21. For November, I'll be providing the amendments to you guys. Now, the next one which is there, sir, you are teaching us online. We are able to see you, but if you have a doubt, how do we lift our hand? How do we go ahead and call you? Or how do we go ahead and text you, right? So, method of asking your query, first of all. So, if you have a query, sir, if I have a query, Baba, you can go ahead and WhatsApp it to me. Okay, you can go ahead and WhatsApp it to me, sir. Or you can go ahead and join our Telegram group, which is there. Telegram, you can go ahead and type CRMS Sony. You will have a group over there. You will find a group. Please join the group. Whatever queries you have, you can go ahead and ask in the group. Right now, in the group, generally, I don't go ahead and reply. So what can happen is, if you have a query, what you can do is post it in the group. If you get a query ka response very soon, very good. But might be it is 3, 4 hours, 6 hours already, and you're feeling like, okay, no, I want the answer. What you can do is you can go ahead and post the query directly to me on WhatsApp, or you can post it to me on Telegram. No, sir, I want to talk to you only over a call. Then you do one thing. You can go ahead and leave me a message saying, sir, I want to talk to you about a query, or give me a time when we can go ahead and discuss about the query. So, Baba, I'll go ahead and reply to you, so that you can call me on that time. That suitable time we can go ahead and discuss, right? Sir, please tell me your number. 7259276368. This will be my number. This is my number basically. So if you have any query, you can go ahead and leave me a message on WhatsApp or Telegram, or Baba, you can go ahead and call me also. But before calling, please try to leave me a message so that I can give you a suitable time to talk. Right, everyone? Till now, so this was all the small things which we had to talk before we go ahead and actually start our class. Now, once we are going to start our class, sir, what is the first thing we are going to start off with? Everyone, we'll be starting with GST. Let's go ahead and understand, Baba, before we go ahead and start with our books. Everyone, listen to me very carefully. Gokul, Meenu, everyone over here. People watching over here. Yes, sir. Akhil, over here. Right. Now, once we go ahead and start, before we enter into the book, let's go ahead and generally understand what is GST. Because once I enter into the book, or once I start teaching you, sir, what will be the base material? The base material will be the chart book. So what will be our approach of learning in the class? We'll be using the chart book. The chart book, we'll be going ahead and learning from it. Anything which I feel is important from your textbook, we will go ahead and shift to the textbook, and we'll be doing the textbook also. Might be some circular, some notification which are there, which I feel that you should be reading from a textbook. I'll go ahead and tell it to you. Now, sir, Q&A. Now, listen to me very carefully. We will be trying to finish our course in around 80 hours. So, Baba, with me, there will not be much time that I go ahead and do question answers in the class. But yes, in the chart book, I have already marked the questions. after every chapter gets over, I'll try my best. I'm not going ahead and saying we will do it. I'll try my best that we go ahead and do at least some question answers. Now, sir, question answers are very important. Everyone, listen to me very carefully. Everyone over here, yes, listen to me very carefully. Question answers are very, very important. See, in the exam, you will not get marks to talk. You will get marks to write. So, one thing you will always have to remember is you will have to practice at home. A Virat Kohli hits a sixer. Why does he hit a sixer in the field? Because early morning he practices to hit a sixer. Now what happens with CA students? Baba, they will only read. They will only read, they will never practice. And in the exam, they are thinking they will use their pen for the first time and score an exemption. That is never possible. If you want to score an exemption or if you want to score good marks, one thing I'll tell you is you will have to go ahead and start writing with your own hand every day. After my class gets over, at least half an hour, you will have to go ahead, pick up a question, start writing. If you don't write, Baba, there is no way you can pass. I'm telling you, there is no way you can pass. Might be you'll get a 40 marks, 45 marks, but then average will get stuck. So if you want to score good marks, listen to me very carefully, start practicing. You will have to practice, not only IDT, Baba, all the subjects you will have to practice with your own hand, because it's not the teacher who is going to write, it is you who is going to write. So you'll have to start practicing is very important. Sir, how many questions you will be doing? Baba, I'll try my best, how much ever I can. We'll go ahead and do question answers. See, I'll be trying in the class to go ahead and teach you as much as possible, because the more I am able to go ahead and teach you concept, Baba, practicing you will be able to do it easily at home. Right, everyone? Sir, what will be the average coverage? How much will be covering in the class? This is again one doubt which students get. Baba, I'll be, with my prior experiences I have seen, I go ahead and at least cover around 85 to 90%. I will not say 100%, because 100% is not possible. In regular class also, we leave 5 to 10% for the students to read themselves. Doing everything in the class is not possible. Right, Teja madam? Can we go ahead? People watching, can we go ahead? Yes, sir. Sunil? Yes, sir. Okay. Now, so now with that all things, let's go ahead and start with our GST ka flow. Sir, GST ka flow, can you guys tell me GST, when you hear the word goods and services tax, what is the first thought you get? Teja madam, what is the first thought you get? Okay. Goods and services tax. Okay. So first thing you get a thought is goods and services tax. When you listen, it's a tax which is basically charged on goods and services, right? So the first thing that has to be there is, when I am going ahead and charging goods and services tax, there has to be a goods or there has to be a service. If there is goods, then tax can be levied, or if there is service, then tax can be levied. So if I go ahead and say mobile phone is goods. Mobile phone is goods. Students watching, mobile phone is goods. Yes, sir. Now, if I go ahead and say mobile phone is goods, now goods pay, can you go ahead and charge tax? Baba, I have a mobile phone. Can you go ahead and charge me goods and service tax? I have a mobile phone. You'll charge me tax. Why? What should you go ahead and do with the goods? You have to do something. I'll have to transfer it to someone. I'll have to sell it to someone. I'll have to do something with the goods, right? Means I'll have to do the crime, because of which government will catch my neck and say that you will have to go ahead and pay tax. Is everyone able to understand? So only having goods and service. I have a water bottle over here. Goods. You'll start charging tax. I'll give you tax. No. Then what is that something that should happen when goods and services pay? Goods and services tax will come. So for a tax to be levied on something, there has to be a crime which is to be done by you. And that crime ka name is given as taxable event. Means that event which happens because of which goods and services pay, tax will be levied. So what is that something I'll have to do with my goods? I'll have to go ahead and supply it. Now, so I am going ahead and providing service. In GST, we don't go ahead and call it as providing. We go ahead and say Ramesh is supplying. I am going ahead and selling mobile phone. In GST, we don't go ahead and say Ramesh is selling, Ramesh is supplying. Are we clear, everyone? People watching, are we clear? Yes, sir. So, goods and services, the next step has to be there. First of all, if your item which you are going ahead and selling is falling in goods and services ka definition, only then we'll move ahead with the second thing, which will say it has to be supplied. Now, sir, what is supply? Supply is the taxable event, that event which happens because of which goods and services tax will be levied. Are we clear? Now, goods and service tax cannot be levied just like that. There are a lot of things which has to happen. So we are going to understand the flow. First of all, I have to have a goods. Okay, sir. Mobile phone, goods. I went ahead and sold the mobile phone. When I sell the mobile phone, will GST be levied? Now, you will have to see there are two types of supply which can be there. One can be intrastate supply and the other can be interstate supply. People, very important this is. We'll have to understand the flow, because only when you know the flow very well in your brain, you'll be able to understand the whole GST very easily. Baba, just relax and sit. There's nothing very difficult in GST. It is very simple, right? Now, so interstate and intrastate. Okay, when I go ahead and say intrastate, people who are trying to copy, Baba, don't copy now. Keep listening. You will remember this till the end of the class. Everything will be there in your brain, right? So, when I go ahead and say goods and service has to be supplied, supply can be intrastate. What do you mean by intrastate supply? And what do you mean by interstate supply? What do you mean by intrastate supply and what do you mean by interstate supply? This is within the state. This is outside the state. Whenever you are going ahead and supplying within the state, government has gone ahead and told there will be CGST and SGST which will be levied. Central goods and service tax, state goods and service tax will be that state ka. Supposedly in Karnataka, I have gone ahead and sold the goods from Karnataka to Karnataka only within the same state. Then government has gone ahead and told CGST, central government will go ahead and charge CGST. The state government of Karnataka will go ahead and charge SGST. SGST I will not be talking now. Why, sir? Because SGST is not a part of your syllabus. We will be learning CGST only. Now, sir, whenever I go ahead and sell from one state to another, for an example, I went ahead and sold from Karnataka to Gujarat. What will you go ahead and charge? Sir, because it is one state to another, it is IGST will be levied. IGST will be levied. Now, I'll be talking about CGST, SGST and IGST later. First, let's go ahead and understand. I'll make it very simple to you. Whether it is intrastate supply or interstate supply, you understand that GST will be levied. GST will be levied. Listen to me very carefully. Everyone over here. I have a mobile phone. I am selling a mobile phone. So first of all, I'll have to see, is it goods? I will be talking about the definition of goods also little later. First of all, you have to understand whether it is goods. Yes, sir. As of now, you think that as per the definition, it is goods. Sir, I am going ahead and selling the mobile phone. Selling means I am supplying. So second step also crossed. Now, I might sell inter or I might sell intra. Whatever you do, GST will be levied. Sir, what do you mean by levied? Levied means imposed. So government is telling Ramesh, as soon as you go ahead and sell this mobile phone, I will impose goods and services tax on you. Now government has imposed on me. Now, but government, there are always two steps in the collection process. First, government will impose on every goods, not on me. Government has imposed on the goods and service. Now what happens? Government goes ahead and says, Ramesh, I have imposed on all goods and service. But sometime government says, I will not go ahead and collect. Now it has to be collected and paid by a taxable person. Always remember, it has to be collected and paid by a taxable person. Who is a taxable person? A taxable person is a person who is liable for registration. If I am not liable for registration, I will not collect and pay. Always remember one thing. As soon as you start doing business in the country, government is this side, okay? We'll always, whenever we see this side, it means we are looking at the government. Government becomes your partner in crime. Baba, everything told in the class is only for classroom purpose, right? We are not doing any crime. Government is our partner. What happens? You see, think it's simple. I am going ahead and I have started dealing in mobile phone. Government will tell me the first thing, Ramesh, you are my partner. You are my partner. I will say government partner. Government will say, Ramesh, mobile phone, no, luxury item you are dealing. I want 28%. For an example, I went ahead and told the government, I am selling milk. Government told, milk, basic necessity item. Listen, very thoughtfully you will have to think. Everyone listen to me very carefully. Government ka objective is fulfilling the basic necessities of the people. Right? Now, if I am going ahead and supplying milk to people, government is telling, Ramesh, you are actually going ahead and helping me in supplying the basic necessity to the people. So government is telling, but here I am not your partner. I will not take anything from you, because as soon as government tells me that I will take 28% from you on the mobile phone, for an example, I am a dealer in mobile phone, government tells me I will charge 28% from you, I will say, okay government, you will take 28, I will collect and pay. I will collect and pay. Always remember, GST is an indirect tax. Tax is nothing. Government became your partner. As soon as you started doing business in the country, government became your partner. Government told, Ramesh, you are dealing mobile phone. Collect 28% and give. Government told, give 28. I told, why should I give 28? I will collect and pay. I told the government, I will deal in water bottles. Government told, okay, not a luxury item, basic consumer item, 18%. I told the government, I will deal in milk. Government told, you are dealing in public necessity item, 0%. Government told, okay partner, I will not go ahead and charge you anything. Are we clear? So always remember one thing. As soon as goods and services are being supplied by you, I went ahead and supplied goods and services, GST will be imposed. Whether I do intra, whether I do intra means within the state or outside the state, government will go ahead and impose GST on me. Now I will have to collect and pay to the government only if I am a taxable person. Now there is a, everyone with me, you guys would have seen it, right? Everyone, Varsha, Rima, Shubham, everyone with me, right? Now you would have always seen on the roadside kids selling socks. On a signal you were standing and one kid was selling socks. Socks are goods. Socks are goods, right? Now goods, he went ahead and sold. The kid is selling, right? As soon as the kid went ahead and sold socks, GST was imposed on him. Now you tell me one thing, did the kid go ahead and collect the tax from you? Why? Why is the kid not going ahead and collecting anything from you as tax? Because government is telling, small people below 20 lakh, 40 lakh, I will not go ahead and take anything from you. So if I am a, Baba, by small people I mean small taxpayers, government is telling, I'll relieve you guys, I'll not trouble you. So if I am a person whose turnover is less than 20 lakh, Baba, as of now we'll think 20 lakh only, okay? There are 40 lakh also. I will take, okay, I'll take 40 lakh. Government is selling, hey Ramesh, I will be partner only with big people. What, below 40 lakh, go. I will not, you don't have to collect and pay. So if I am a person, I am supposingly going ahead and selling socks. I am selling it means I am supplying. Government went ahead and imposed GST on me. Now I'll have to collect and pay only if I am a taxable person. Who is a taxable person? Who is a taxable person? A person who is registered. Taxable person means a person who is registered. As of now, you think a person who is registered or liable to register is a taxable person. So I'll collect and pay only when I'm a. Now, two things you will always have to remember. In any taxation, first of all is the imposition. On what is GST imposed? Goods and any goods and service, you will see GST is imposed. But second part comes collection. Imposition is done by the government. Collection may government says you'll have to collect and pay only if you are a taxable person. Who is a taxable person? As of now, you think a taxable person is a person who is registered. So, sir, if I am a small person whose turnover is less than 40 lakh, government will say, I don't partner with small people. It's okay, I will not trouble you. You don't have to collect and pay. Although the goods which I supplied, GST was imposed. But I did not have to collect and pay because I was not a taxable person. Right? Now, the second thing you'll have to remember. Sometimes, even though I'm a big person who is having a turnover more than 40 lakh, government goes ahead and says, Ramesh, some item pay, I will not go ahead and collect any tax. Why? Because Ramesh, you are selling public necessity item. You tell me one thing. Teja madam, what is the, people watching here, what is the government ka objective or what are the public necessity item government should provide? Food, meat, grains, milk, then sindoor, bindi, plastic bangles, all these are the things which are of public necessity item. You will talk about services, transportation, education. All these are things which are of government should provide all these things, right? Or government should rather support people who are going ahead and providing all these things. So government went ahead and told Ramesh some things like plastic bangles, bindis, milk, curd, on all these things I will not go ahead and charge any tax. You are doing one good job by going ahead and selling it in the country because ultimately I am helping the government by providing selling public necessity item. So even though I am a taxable person, I might be selling classes. I am going ahead and providing classes. Early morning I wake up and sell milk. Even though I am registered, but on the milk which I sell, I will not have to collect and pay because I am going ahead and supplying something of public necessity. So I will say, even though collected and paid by a taxable person, but sir, if you are falling in an exemption, sir, exemptions are basically given in public interest. Public interest के लिए government goes ahead and gives exemption and I will be out of GST. Are we clear till here? I would like to go ahead and summarize till here and then move ahead. Now, if I go ahead and say, first thing, what did we learn? Baba, this if you set in your mind, you are done with GST. Listen. First thing, what did we learn? Goods and services. We will be learning both ka definition. As of now, what your general understanding is, this is goods. What Ramesh sir is doing is service. Correct? Right, everyone? Chalo. So, if I am going ahead and goods and service has to be what? Service has to be provided, goods have to be sold. They are telling, don't call sales, providing of service, provisioning of service, call it supply. So, we'll be learning the next definition, which will be of supply. We'll be learning what do you mean by supply? Supply means sale, transfer. If I'm transferring something, sale, transfer, barter. If I'm giving goods, I told Teja madam, I'll give you mobile phone. You give me your mobile phone. If I'm a shopkeeper, I'm going ahead and doing barter. In that scenario also, it is falling under supply. Sale, transfer, barter, exchange, lease, rental, license, disposal, everything which you are doing in the course of your business will come under supply. Are we clear? So, sir, if goods and service are supplied, then they are telling Ramesh, there can be two types of supply. Either it can be intrastate or it can be interstate. Sir, what is intrastate? Within the same state. If I am going ahead and selling something within Gujarat to Gujarat only, it is intrastate. If I am going ahead and selling something from Karnataka to Gujarat, it will become interstate. Now, as either you do intra or you do inter, in both the scenario, GST will be levied. We'll be learning about CGST, SGST, IGST little later, right? As of now, you say that, sir, what will be levied? GST will be levied. Levied means what? What do you mean by levied? People watching, Abhirami, Radhika, what do you mean by levied? Imposed. As soon as you do this, GST will be imposed on you. Now, GST is imposed on the goods and service. All goods and service, generally GST is imposed. Now, I'll have to collect and pay. So, the next step comes collected and paid by a taxable person. It has to be collected and paid by a taxable person. So, sir, if I'm a small person who is not a taxable person, out. Although GST was imposed, but you will not have to collect and pay. You will be out. If not taxable person, you don't have to collect and pay. Sir, one more option how to be out of GST. Although I am a taxable person, but I am selling or I am providing those services which are in public interest. Now, I went ahead and told, sir, making chartered accountants in the country, it is in public interest. Chartered accountants are required. Then, government went ahead and told Ramesh, we will give you the list. What are the items which are in public interest? Otherwise, coaching will also come in public interest. Everything a person is doing is in public interest only. Right, everyone? Can we go ahead? People, give me a thumbs up. Can we go ahead? Yes. So, you will have to see if you are falling under an exemption, then also you will be out. Even though you might be a taxable person, but you don't have to collect and pay to your partner if you are supplying something which is of public interest. Right, everyone? Can we go ahead? Yes, sir. Let's go ahead. Now, let me drink water. You guys also take a sip of water and then we can go ahead. People, first day, no, I'll be little slow. Tomorrow onwards, we'll start our fast train, right? Today, I'll make it slow so that everything settles down properly. Today, we'll be doing only the basics. Basics are very important because if your base is strong, the building will come up quickly. And from tomorrow, when I'm taking the class, I'll be making the building quickly. So today's base has to be clear. Please listen to me very carefully, right? So till here, we are clear. Shall we go ahead? Yes. Now, sir, goods are being supplied. GST was imposed. Mobile phone, everyone here, mobile phone, I went ahead and sold and GST was levied. GST was imposed on me. When I was selling, I had to collect and pay because I was taxable person. I have already crossed. Think that I have already crossed a turnover of 40 lakh. Baba, imagine. Okay, I'm a big person, crossed a turnover of 40 lakh rupees. I will collect and pay GST to the government. Now, when I'm collecting, for an example, you are there in front of me. Now, I'm collecting from you. How will I calculate GST? So, the next step will come. Till now, Teda madam, you came to my shop. I gave you the mobile phone. Right? You saw the mobile phone goods. You told I'll buy it. I sold it to you. Intrastate supply. We are both within the same state. And GST was levied. GST was imposed on the goods. Listen, GST was imposed on the goods. Now, when you're buying it, whose goods it is? Your no. So, when GST is imposed on you, I will collect it from you and give it to the government. Collected and paid by a. So, I'll pay it to the government. Now, when I am going ahead and telling you, Teja madam, please go ahead and give me. Okay, people who are over here, because it's the pandemic situation, I have only one student in front of me, Teja. So if you guys are feeling that, oh, I sir is telling only Teja, so we have only one student in front of me because it is the pandemic situation. I've kept only one student in front of me so that just to enjoy, right? Everyone, we all can enjoy talk so that I don't get bored out of the class, right? Everyone. Get up, people, don't sleep and watch the class. You'll have to enjoy the class. Everyone over here now. Now, people over here. Now, it has to be collected and paid by a taxable person. Now, when you have to collect and pay, now, when I gave the mobile phone to Teja, I'll have to collect and pay. So, On what amount shall I collect? I gave her the mobile phone, 50,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees screen guard, 2,000 rupees back cover. Correct? So I told her, Teja madam, I gave you the mobile phone, 50,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees I gave you for the screen guard, 2,000 rupees back cover, 1,000 rupees I told I'll deliver you at home. So I'll charge delivery charges also. I charge 55,000. Now I'll ask my partner. Me as a person will be very smart. I'll say, partner, 50,000 ka mobile phone only. I will collect on 50 and give you. Partner will say, I want on 52 or 54 or 55. Are you able to understand? So now here comes the scenario where I'll have to go ahead and tell, my partner will go ahead and tell me, Baba, law is made by whom? Government. So government will go ahead and tell me, Ramesh, on what amount you have to collect and pay. So now when I am going ahead and collecting and paying means GST, I'll have to calculate. Goods and service tax. Tax belongs to government. Tax I'll have to collect and pay. Tax I'll have to collect on what value. So the next chapter which we'll be learning is value of supply. So when supply means the sale service which I'm providing. So on what value I'll have to go ahead and collect the tax, that will also be told by the government, right? So now once I know the value, how much is the value over here? 55,000. Now government will go ahead and say, Ramesh, I told you on what value I want. Government will say, I will only tell you at what rate I want. So here comes the government, where government will go ahead and say, multiply it by rate of tax. For an example, I will say, I'll say it was a 95,000 rupees ka mobile phone. Okay. Right. For an example. So this will come 1 lakh for easy understanding. Now when I sold the mobile phone, government is telling, Ramesh, I don't want only on 95. I want on all the incidental charges also which you collect. Sir, where is it told? Baba, in the chapter of value of supply, I'll be showing you that government have gone ahead and told that on incidental charges also you will have to pay the GST to the government, right? Now, so I'll collect GST 1 lakh rupees into, I'll tell partner, how much do you want? I am selling mobile phone. Partner will say, Ramesh, mobile phone, luxury item, I want 28, right? So government went ahead and told 28%. Now, supposingly, I am going ahead and selling water bottle. Government will go ahead and say, Ramesh, you charge only 18%. I am selling an item. Always remember one thing. Sin item. You don't have to remember rate of tax for your exam, because they will not go ahead and ask you the rate of tax. They will give in the question paper. Rate of tax, they will give in the question paper. So people watching, don't worry about it. They will give you in the question paper the rate of tax. You don't have to remember. But just for your understanding, 28% is generally on sin and luxury item. Government is telling, if you can afford luxury, afford 28% also. So if I am selling a mobile phone, government is telling, when you are affording luxury, you are affording, supposedly I am a person who is selling big nice cars. Okay. Now when I am selling cars, government is telling, Ramesh, the person who is buying a car, if he can afford a big luxury car, why can't he afford 28%? Take 28% from him and give. Are we clear, everyone? Can we go ahead? Now, this is about the 28%. Sin item pe why? Baba, the more the tax is, at least people will try to reduce. However, they will not reduce. Everyone knows, right? People will drink, continue drinking. People will smoke, continue smoking. That will not be reduced. Whether you keep it 28%, but government is trying at least, right? Trying, right? Okay. Now, it is 28% on sin item and luxury item, so that if luxury can be afforded, tax can also be afforded. The next is 18%. You guys would have seen that most of the time when you go and buy things, consumable goods pay, it is 18%. You would have seen most of the invoices which you see, all of you guys also, you will see 9% CGST, 9% SGST, that is 18%. Correct? Most of the receipts you will see 18%, because consumable goods are put into 18. Then we have 12% criteria. Sir, what is 12% GST? On what goods 12% is charged? If I am manufacturing something which serves as a raw material for another industry, if I am making something which serves as a raw material for another industry, then it is always, generally it is 12%. Then we have 5% also on some goods which are of public necessity, but government doesn't want to go ahead and charge more. So government is telling I'll charge 5%. Then there is 0% also on which government basically does not want to charge anything. Government as of now have kept the rate as nil. Right? So this is 0% means nil rate, government is not charging anything because these are basically of public necessity. Right, everyone? So if I go ahead and say I am selling mobile phone, as of now we'll come back to our example of mobile phone. I am selling mobile phone 1 lakh rupees. Government will go ahead and say, Ramesh, mobile phone you sold, collect and pay. I will ask government on what? Government told value, I told you. Add everything, multiply it by rate of tax. Now rate of tax, I will ask the government. Government has given a big list. You don't have to remember, in your question paper it will be given. For an example, 28%. So it will be 28,000. Sir, this flow, how will we remember? Baba, listen to me very carefully. When you see the chart book, the first chart which is there is the flow which is written. If you see from beginning till end, it is the flow which has been written. Right, everyone? Can we go ahead? Now, everyone over here. So what did we do till now? Teja madam, what did we do till now? First, goods, sold it. GST got imposed. GST got imposed on it. It went to the other person. We have to collect and pay. When we have to collect and pay, we'll have to know we asked the government on what value. So government told in the chapter of value of supply, what is the value on which I have to collect and pay. So I will calculate my GST. I will calculate my GST is equal to value into rate of tax. Value government told, rate also government will tell. I know this much I have to collect. So I will collect from you 1 lakh for my mobile, 28,000 for the tax. Clear? Baba, all the rates told in the class, all the rates which I am talking in the class is only for classroom purpose. Real life mein the rates will vary. Right? Now when I have to pay 28,000 to the government, I will tell Teja, give 28,000 rupees tax. What will you say? Sir, give me a tax invoice. When I will tell her that you give me 28,000 tax, what will you tell? Sir, give me a tax ka invoice. No, because you are collecting tax. So the next step comes when you want to collect. You will have to go ahead and raise a tax invoice. Sometimes if you have gone ahead and charged more, or you would have charged less, you will have to go ahead and collect that extra. Then Baba, you will have the chapter credit note and debit note also, which will come into picture. So the next step which comes is, everyone here, what is the next step which will come into picture? Now I have sold a mobile phone, GST was imposed, I'll have to collect and pay. How will I collect and pay? I'll have to calculate. So I calculated that it is 28,000. Now when I'm collecting, I'll have to raise a tax invoice. Now I raised a tax invoice, I collected the tax from you. Now government told Ramesh, these all things on a day-to-day basis, I will not go ahead and sit and check. So you better do one thing. For all your tax invoice, credit note, debit note, please maintain your accounts and records. So government told Ramesh, I can't trust you. So please go ahead and maintain your accounts and records. So the next step which will come into the picture is accounts and records. So till now what did we do? Goods and service supplied, GST was levied. Once GST was levied, it has to be collected and paid. Now when I'll have to collect and pay, how much will I have to collect? I'll have to calculate. So I calculated, then I raised a tax invoice, correct? Then I maintain my accounts and records. Now government went, now the next one step will come over here. Now I have already sold the goods to Teja madam. When I already maintained my accounts. Now I will send the goods. To Teja madam in a truck. Right? Baba, think that it is not mobile phone, it is 1,000 mobile phone. Now when I am sending the goods to her, on the way police officer will be standing. Correct? So he will be asking me something called a e-way bill. So we also have to learn one chapter over here which is known as a e-way bill. What is a e-way bill? Electronic way bill. A bill means a document. Everyone over here. Now, whenever you are sending the goods to the other person, you have sold the goods to him. Now, when you are sending the goods by a truck, on the way, the department officers will be there who will go ahead and check whether you have raised the tax invoice correctly or not. So, government went ahead and told Ramesh, whenever you go ahead and raise a tax invoice, maintain your accounts, and then when you go ahead and send the goods to the other person, no, on the way, department officers will check. What will they check? They will check the tax invoice, plus they will want one document which is known as a e-way bill, electronic way bill. A bill means document which is required on the way, which is to be generated electronically. Are we clear? Electronic way bill, a document which is required on the way which you have to generate electronically. That's it, everyone. Can we go ahead? Now, I've sent the goods to the other person. Teja madam, you came to my class. ठीक है? I gave you a service. Providing of service means supply. Intrastate only. GST was imposed. Now, when GST is imposed, I'll have to collect GST from you and pay it to the government. Now, if I am not a taxable person only, if I am a small person, 5 lakh ka turnover, then imagine, no baba, actually imagine 5 lakh ka turnover, then will I collect and pay? No. If my turnover is 50 lakh, I'll collect and pay. So when I'll have to collect and pay, I'll also have to see if Ramesh sir ka coaching is falling in an exemption. Sir, if it is falling in an exemption, it will be out. If I am not a taxable person, it will be out. Sir, I am a taxable person also, and my service is not falling in an exemption. I'll have to collect and pay. How will I collect? GST is equal to value into rate of tax. I calculated that you will have to pay 28,000, Teja. Now, 28,000, how will you pay? I'll have to give you a tax invoice. I gave you a tax invoice. Then I maintain my accounts and record. Now, listen to me very carefully. E-way bill, in case of service, will you be able to transport service? No. So, it is required for goods. Clear? So, if I have sold you goods, I will generate a e-way bill and send it to you. Now, from me, the goods have reached to you. Now, what will you do? You came to my shop, I showed you the mobile phone, you liked the mobile phone, I gave you the invoice, sold you the mobile phone, delivered it. Now, what will happen? Now, government will catch my neck and say, Ramesh, you had to sell the mobile phone, you sold the mobile phone. Now, give my money. So, the next step will come, my liability to pay to the government will come. Right? My liability to pay will come. And liability to pay means my bad time has come. Now, I'll have to give it to the government. Right? So, that is called, when your bad time comes, that chapter in GST is known as time of supply. It is known as time of supply. So, Baba, when your liability comes, my liability to pay comes at the time of supply. Clear? So, I sold the goods, goods reached you. Now, government will catch my neck and say, Ramesh, pay the GST. So, how will I pay the GST? When should I pay government? So, government told Ramesh, when will your liability come? That I will go ahead and tell you. That comes at the time of supply. Are we clear? Can we go ahead? Now, once your liability comes, what will you do? Tell me one thing. You took a cab from your home, you came to my class. People watching, yes, Sunil, Varsha, Rima, Shubham, Rahul, everyone over here. When you came to my class, Baba, there are a lot of names. If I miss someone, please don't feel bad. You can leave me a message saying, sir, please try to take my name in the next class. I'll definitely take it. Right? Yes, everyone over here. Now, my liability has come. Government is catching my neck and saying, give money, give money. You came in a cab to my class. Now, when you got down from the cab wala is telling, madam, 200 rupees. What will you do? You will try to find out all the jugaad. You will see Uber mein there is some Uber credit or not. Ola mein there is Ola credit or not. Let me use my Paytm, and then you will ultimately pay in cash. So for an example, my liability to pay, how much was it? 28,000. I will try to see how much is the credit there with me. In GST, we don't have Ola credit or Uber credit. We have input tax credit, something called input tax credit. So the next will be, you will try to use your input tax credit. You will try to see how much is the credit you have with you. Baba, government gives you the credit in your e-credit ledger. This input tax credit is there in your e-credit ledger. This is a ledger which is maintained by the government online. So in your input tax credit ledger, e-credit ledger, you will have the input tax credit, right? So now you will go ahead and use your credit. For an example, I already had a credit. Sir, how do we get credit? Baba, whenever you buy something to sell, no, government says, Ramesh, GST is an indirect tax. Ultimate bakra is who? Consumer. So government says, Ramesh, we are partner. If you buy something and you have paid some tax, government gives me the credit. I hope people are able to understand. So GST may, whenever you are a businessman, you are doing business, government says, you are my partner. I'll not trouble you. You will always get the credit of the taxes which you are paying. So supposingly, I already had a credit of 20,000. Now what will I do next? 8,000 rupees is there. For an example, you came in a cab, you used your credit of 100 rupees, 200 rupees you have to pay, 100 rupees credit you used. How much will you pay remaining? Remaining 100 rupees. You will have to pay in what? Cash. Same thing in GST. You will have to go ahead and make the payment of tax. So you will use your credit. Remaining amount you will go ahead and pay to the government. Are we clear till here? Now, government is telling Ramesh, listen, all this was my liability, this much credit I used, this much payment I did. Government is telling all these things. Do you think you will call me in the evening? Government. Now just imagine government ka partners. How many partners? Baba, you have one partner, you will not be able to handle at times, right? So okay, everything told in the class is only for classroom purpose. You don't think. What I'm telling is government has 1 lakh partners who are there. Now 1 lakh 1 crore, 10 crore. Baba, how many businesses are there in India? Just imagine, who are big businesses, more than 20 lakh, 40 lakh at turnover. They are all partners of the government. Now you tell me one thing. Do you think it is possible every day evening everyone calling and telling the government, on your behalf of you, we collected 28,000. Out of that, we paid 20,000 rupees as credit was there. Remaining 8,000 we have paid in cash. Correct? Baba, government went ahead and told me, don't call me. Do one thing, file something called a return. Return is nothing, it's just a statement where you will say what was your sales, how much is the tax collected, how much is the input you had, credit you had, how much is the payment you are doing. So the last step comes is the returns. So what is returns? Basically, all this, whatever you have done, this much was my output tax. Output tax means on the sales I have collected, this much is the input tax, this much is I have paid. All this you will have to inform the government, not by a call, but by a return. Clear? If you are done till here, you are done almost 60 to 70% of the GST. Now, I hope people are clear till here. Can we quickly go ahead and tell me what did we learn till now? Everyone with me. First of all, you always have to remember there has to be goods and service. Goods and service has to be supply. Only when you go ahead and supply the goods and service. Now, supply can be either intrastate or interstate. Whenever goods and services are supplied intra or inter, then GST will be levied. Levied means imposed. Now I'll have to collect and pay. Collected and paid by a taxable person. Sir, if I'm not a taxable person, out. Sir, if I'm falling in an exemption supposingly, then also out. Right? Now, the next step comes is I'll have to calculate GST. GST is equal to value of supply. I'll have to calculate on what value. Government has told me, Ramesh, on what value you have to collect. I sold a, supposingly, we have Anil. Anil bought a gift from Archie's. Anil bought Now Valentine's Day is coming. Anil went to Archie's. He bought a 5,000 rupees ka gift. Now Archie's gave him the gift. He told, please do one thing. No, do one gift packing. So 500 rupees he gave. Anil, 500. Okay, take, no problem. Valentine's Day, you take it. Now he told, night delivery also you do 12 o'clock, because if I go, her father will catch me. So you do the delivery. He gave 100 rupees as delivery charges also. Now, should Archie's collect GST from Anil? Anil? Yes, sir. K. Anil. Yes. So, Anil says, now Archie's will collect GST from Anil on 5,000 or 5,500 or 5,600. This is told by government in the chapter of value of supply. Are we clear? Now, into rate of tax. Rate of tax also government has told. Government told me, Ramesh, collect on this much, collect at this rate. I don't have to apply my brain. Right? Now, once I know the value, I'll raise the tax invoice. Because without a tax invoice, the front party will say, how will I believe you? I will tell you, give me 10,000 tax. What will you say? Why will I give you? Give me a tax invoice. So I'll have to give you a tax invoice. Credit note and debit note also will come in this chapter. Clear? Now, once I go ahead and raise the tax invoice, the next step will be government says, Ramesh, I know you are a good person, but there are people who are very good, right? So government is telling, please maintain your accounts and record, so that one day when I feel that you are doing cheating with me, I can send my person to check your accounts and records and see that whether you have collected the correct GST or not. So I'll have to go ahead and maintain my accounts and records. Now, what will I do the next step? Now, government, I will tell the government, actually what happened, as soon as you raise the tax invoice, no, you send the goods to the other person, right? But in your GST, they have kept the chapter as accounts, records and e-way bill. So I'm teaching you like that, okay, actually when you raise the tax invoice only, you send the goods and then you maintain your accounts. Or rather you do one thing, you maintain your accounts and records and now you send the goods to the other person with a e-way bill, because when he is going on the way, the officers will check, they will stop him and check. So you have to show him the tax invoice plus e-way bill. What is the e-way bill? It's a document which you have to carry on the way, which how will you generate? Electronically, right? Now, once I maintain my account, send the goods also. Government is telling, what are you looking at me? Government will catch my neck and say, pay. So my bad time has come. My liability to pay has come. Liability to pay comes at the time of supply. Once my liability has come, what will I do? Supposingly my liability is 5,000 rupees. I have to pay 5,000 GST. Sir, where did you calculate? Here I calculated, no? 5,000 I have to pay. What will I do? I'll use my credit. So the next step will come is input tax credit. On my input means purchases, can be goods, can be service. Whatever tax I pay, government will give me the credit. Supposingly, I already have a credit of 2,000 rupees. I'll use the credit. Remaining amount I'll have to pay to the payment of tax. Remaining I'll pay to the government, which is how much? 3,000. I paid 3,000 to the government. Now I'll call government, 5,000 rupees ka sale, 3,000 input, 2,000 I paid. Government will say all these things. You don't call and say, you send me a official record. So whenever I get time, I'll go ahead and get it verified, right? So you'll have to go ahead and file a return. Are we clear? Now, if you have any confusion, see, all this which I am telling you now, this is a part of a chapter. This is a chapter. This is a chapter. Understanding. Levy is a chapter. Taxable person is a chapter. Exemption is a chapter. Value of supply is a chapter. Rate of tax is a chapter, but it is not applicable for your exam. They will not go ahead and tell you how much is the rate on mobile phone, how much is the rate on anything. They will not ask you. They will give you the rate. Then this is a chapter, tax invoice. Accounts and records is a chapter. E-way bill is again chapter. All these are chapters only. If you see in the chart book, goods and service, supply, inter or intra, GST levied. Then for some people who became drunkards after coming of GST, government went ahead and told, Baba will not trouble you. Baba, everything told in the class is only for classroom purpose. People did not become drunkard because of coming of GST. Okay. Now, So people got composition levy, then you have to take registration, exemption, value, tax invoice, accounts, e-way bill. Then time of supply, liability came, run, use your credit, this you leave it now, make the payment, then file your return. Now listen to me very carefully. For some people like me, I don't know how to file return. What will I do? So now, okay, little I know. Listen, now when I have to go ahead and file my return, what is the next step? Now when I have to go ahead and file my return, I will either file myself. If I don't know how to file, government has got new people which are known as GSTP, GST practitioner. So here we'll be learning also about a GSTP, who is a GST practitioner, a practitioner who practices in GST. He is basically a person who has been authorized by the government. So these are people who are enrolled as GSTP. So we'll be learning also about them, right? Now, sir, tell me one thing. So till here we are done. Can you guys see till here? Yes. Almost, if you do it till here, 60-70% of your GST is done. Now, sir, supposingly while doing all this thing, I had some confusion. Sir, whether I have to take registration, what I am doing, is it falling in exemption, right? Sir, I am teaching, that is also education, no? I am helping the government in educating the crowd, people, youth, so I should be exempted. But I'll have to see all those things, right? Whether I am exempted or not. If I have any confusion at any stage, if I have any confusion, if I go and ask a CA saying, please go ahead and tell me what will be the answer, CA will open the book, start reading, he'll give me an opinion, he'll charge me 50,000, 1 lakh, might be 2 lakh, 5 lakh, right? So government went ahead and appointed someone who is known as an advanced ruling authority. So if you have any confusion during this time, you can pay a fees of 10,000 rupees, 5,000 CGST, 5,000 SGST, and ask whatever questions you have. Sir, can we ask any question? No, Baba, you can't ask any question. You have to advanced ruling. You can go to advanced ruling, and there is a set of question which you can go ahead and ask them, right? So at any stage during these stages, if you have any confusion, you can pay the advanced ruling ka fees and you can go ahead and take a advanced ruling. Are we clear? So till here my job is done. My job was what? What was my job? Make the sale, collect the GST, calculate the GST, issue the tax invoice, collect the amount, set off my input, pay the remaining to the government, and file one return with the government saying, government, this is what I have done. Till here clear? Any confusion avoided by advanced ruling. Because GST is a new law, people will get confused, so they can go ahead and ask the advanced ruling. What is advanced ruling? Ruling taken in advance means you go to the government ka people who are appointed, take a ruling so that later you are not told, hey, you are at fault. Why did you charge 18? It should have been 28. So if you have any confusion, please go ahead and take a advance ruling. Till here my job is done. Now government officers will start their assessment. So whose work will start? Assessments will start. So the next step is now government ka work will start. Government will start their assessment. Different types of assessment. Scrutiny will start. If government has any doubt on you, what happened? You filed your return. Government was going through your return like this. Okay. Government was going through your return. Government officer was going through your return and he found, oh, there is some problem. So Baba, scrutiny can be done. Provisional assessment, right? All these things are done at this stage. So the assessment will be done. What do you mean by assessment? Government will go ahead and check your accounts, provisional assessment, scrutiny, all these things will happen. So the return which I filed, for an example, the return which I filed will be assessed by the government. If they find any discrepancy, they will go ahead and tell me, Ramesh, please go ahead and correct the discrepancy. If I go ahead and correct the discrepancy, very good. If I don't go ahead and correct the discrepancy, then they will go ahead and do audit. They will do special audit. Sir, what is the difference between audit and special audit? Listen to me very carefully. Government, I filed the return. Government officer was going ahead and doing what? Everyone here, people here. Government was going ahead and doing assessment. Now, when the government was going ahead and doing assessment, basically they were doing scrutiny. and they found that Ramesh has not gone ahead and paid some taxes, they will go ahead and tell me, Ramesh, pay the tax. If I pay the tax, closed. If I don't pay, they will go ahead and do audit and special audit on me. This is not an audit by my CA only. This is an audit which will be done. Audit means audit by department. Department ka officers will come and they will do the audit. Clear? Now, what is special audit? Department, government. Department is under the government only, no. Department will tell me, Ramesh, do one thing. Department will tell Ramesh, I should get my books audited from one CA which has been nominated by the commissioner. Commissioner will tell Ramesh, I don't trust your CA. You do one thing, this CA I am nominating, you go to him and you'll get your accounts audited. So this will be done by a CA or CMA, ICWI ka member, which has been nominated by whom? By commissioner. Basically, he is a person of the department only. Department will nominate a CA, not a person of the department. Department will nominate a CA who will do my audit. Are we clear till here? Can we go ahead? Let me drink some water. Can we go ahead? Right. Now, audit done, special audit done. So if I show you the chart also for this, okay, I'm not carrying one. If you have it, you'll be able to see it anyways. If I have to download, it's okay, leave it now. Okay. Now, I can show it to you. 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. I'll download. Right. I have downloaded the chart. I'll show it to you. Everyone over here. I believe people have it also, but still I'll go ahead and show. See, now when you see assessments ka chart, listen to me very carefully. Assessment means basically they will go ahead and determine your liability, right? Now, supposing the department was doing your scrutiny, your return was filed and they were trying to see if there is any mistakes in the return. Now, they went ahead and told you, Ramesh, please go ahead and correct the return. You did not go ahead and pay the tax. Then department would do first thing. Everyone over here, they will do your audit, special audit. What is audit? Audit is by department ka officers only. Special audit by a CA or a CMA who is nominated by the commissioner. Now, next. Then we have inspection, search, seizure. Now, if he wants additional evidences against you, now if the department wants additional evidences against you, they can get one inspection done. What is inspection? They will send one person to your premises. He will come with an inspection ka form. He will do the inspection. What is there? How much stock he has? If anything is looking fishy, if anything is looking wrong, he will see and go. So basically, what will happen? Audit and special audit will be done. If department wants additional evidence, what they can also do is they can get inspection of your premises done. Now, after the inspection was done of my premises, the person who did the inspection went and told the government, oh, commissioner, there is definitely something fishy. I saw a wall which was very fat wall. I think definitely he is hidden something over there. He was not showing. So, Baba, then the commissioner will go ahead and say, okay, I will go ahead and authorize you. Commissioner will make one team and that will be the search team which will come to your premises. Now, search team will go ahead and search everything, sofas teared apart, everything, almirahs broken, everything they will break and they will seize documents, books and things. DBT, any document which they find irrelevant, that Ramesh ke against, if you want to do any proceedings, we will use this document. Books or anything, my mobile phone, my iPad, anything can be taken by them. So they will do search and seizure. And you know what? If they see that Ramesh has done a crime which is 2 crore, 5 crore rupees ka crime and he can run away, they will also go ahead and arrest me. I hope people are clear till here. So what happened till now? Till now what did we do? Till now we started learning with goods and service. Goods and service where I supplied it. When I supplied, GST was imposed on the goods. So I have to collect and pay. When I have to collect and pay, I have to calculate. I calculated GST is equal to value into, people with me, GST is equal to value into rate of tax. Now, once I know the GST, I knew the GST, I'll have to raise a tax invoice, collect the GST from the person, right? Now, what will happen? I'll maintain my accounts, send the goods to the other person. Now, my liability will come. I'll use my input, then I'll make the remaining payment, I'll file the return. And if I have any doubt, I can take the help of the advance ruling. My work is done. Now department started assessment. Department found that during the scrutiny, when they were checking my returns, they found that there was something fishy. So they went ahead and did what? Audit and special audit. They wanted even more evidences. They can get inspection of my premises done. They can get a search and seizure done. They can seize documents, books, things which are there. Now they will go ahead and do. Now they will go ahead and raise a, using all the evidence during audit, special audit, inspection, search, seizure, all the evidences which they have gathered. See, if you see over here in the chart also it is written. Now PO to determine tax under 73 and 74. As of now, you leave this. PO will go ahead and basically determine the tax which you have not paid. Basically, he will go ahead and send you a letter. Love letter. No, Baba. It is demand order. So it is known as a demand. He will demand from you demand order. So basically, he'll send you a demand order. Now, as soon as demand order comes, no, be a good boy, good girl. Within 3 months, please go ahead and make the payment. If you make the payment, very good. If you make the payment, very good. Or if you feel that the officer is not good, he has done wrong with you, please go for a appeal. Appeal and revision. Clear? So you can go for appeal to the higher authority saying this department officer who is there, he is done wrong with me. Are we clear? So either within 3 months of the demand, please make the payment, or within 3 months, please go for a appeal. Appeal to the higher authority. Are we clear? Can we go ahead? Sir, if I don't go for an appeal, department within 3 months, if you don't go for an appeal also, department will start recovery. Recovery means they will basically go ahead, hang you upside down, and they will recover money from you. So demand will come, make the payment within 3 months, or if you don't make the payment within 3 months, go for a appeal. If you don't go for an appeal also within 3 months, department will hang you upside down and they will recover the money from you. Sir, how will they do the recovery? Baba, they will sell your property, they will sell your assets, right? And they will recover the amount from you. If there is any bond will be recovered. So we'll talk about it. Now, so here we are done with your GST. Everyone, listen to me very carefully. So till here, you are done with your GST. So listen, what did we do till now? Nothing. Department ka prospect is very simple. Government will check your returns are right or not. You filed your return, government will check whether you have done everything correct or not. When they do the assessment, if they find everything correct, very good. No problem. If they find any problem, they'll tell you, please make the payment. If you make the payment, very good. If you don't make the payment, audit, special audit will be done. Inspection, search, seizure also they can do. If they feel that there are evidences against you, find evidences, then they will raise a demand order demanding money from you. You make the payment, very good. You don't make the payment, they will hang you upside down and recover the amount. So we'll be learning how recovery is done, what are the various modes, how you will be hang upside down, what are the different ways of hanging upside down. Everything will be understood in the chapter. Or within 3 months, you can go to the higher authority. Sir, higher authority means appellate authority is there, then you can go to the appellate tribunal, then you can go to the high court, then you can go to Supreme Court. We will be learning about these different channels when we reach in the chapter. Are we clear, everyone? Besides this, when you see, there are small chapters which are written over here. Can you guys see over here? This is liability to pay in certain cases. One person was carrying on the business, transferred to someone else. Now this business ka liability which was there, supposingly I was carrying on a business, I transferred the business to someone else. Now what about my liability? I will pay or he will pay? All these things will be clarified in this chapter. Now GST is a law. If any law does not have penalties, fines ka chapter, then that law will not be followed by anyone. You are going on the way, not wearing a helmet, there is no fine for it, you will never wear a helmet. Correct? Driving without a seat belt, now if there is no fine, you will always drive without a seat belt only. Correct? So government have gone ahead and told that for a law to be maintained, what are the various offenses, what are the various penalties that will be levied on you for doing various offenses. Sir, I did not do this. Sir, I did not maintain account. Sir, I did not do this. I took extra ITC. All these things, what are the penalties which will be there, will be told in the offenses and penalties chapter. Okay. Now, these are the things which we'll be learning later. Refunds is one chapter. What is refunds? Sir, I paid extra. by mistake. Please give return. Government's return means refund. Why is it not called return? Because returns ka another chapter we already have, correct? So government went ahead and told we will be talking about refunds. If you have gone ahead and paid anything extra, to return it to you, government has told we will refund the tax to you, right? Next, one tourist came to India. He is going outside India taking Indian goods. Government is telling, please, whatever taxes are there, we'll return it to you. Whatever, will not go ahead and charge him any tax. Government has told will not go ahead and charge him any tax. Refund to tourist is again a small chapter. I've given a small chart. We'll be discussing it in the class. Then there is anti-profiting and National Anti-Profiting Authority, which is again a miscellaneous topic. So all these are basically miscellaneous topics which we'll be discussing at the end, right? So till here we are done with the GST flow. Customs flow I'll not be discussing now. Customs flow before we start with the customs, right? So let's go ahead and quickly talk about the GST flow which we have learned. Then we'll go ahead and take a quick break and then resume the class, right? Everyone over here, we started first of all, think goods and Baba, till the last class you will remember it by heart. I'm telling you, you'll have to remember it because it is very important. Goods and service has to be supplied. Then it has to be either intrastate or interstate. What will be levied? GST will be levied. Once GST is levied, what will you do? You will have to collect and paid by a taxable person. Taxable person means a person who is registered as of now. Now, sir, but if I am falling under an exemption? Out. Or sir, if I am not a taxable person? Then also you are out, right? But sir, if I am a taxable person, you will have to collect. How will you collect? You will have to calculate value into rate of tax. Once you know the value and you applied the rate of tax, you know how much is the amount. Ask it to the other person with the help of a invoice. Give him a tax invoice. People with me? Yes, sir. Tax invoice, credit and debit note. Now, once you go ahead and raise a tax invoice, government told Ramesh, I don't believe you, liar. Please maintain your accounts and records. And now you send the goods to the other person with a help of a e-way bill, electronic way bill. Please generate it, otherwise penalties will be levied. Now, once you go ahead and maintain your accounts, send the goods to the other person, government is telling, what are you waiting for? You have sent the goods, pay my GST. Your liability to pay will come. Your bad time has come, time of supply has come. Now, when you have to pay, you will go ahead and use your input tax credit. Remaining amount, you will go ahead and make the payment. Then you will go ahead and file your. If you can't file your return, please take the help of a GST practitioner. Any doubts during any phases? Go for advance ruling. Till here we are done. Now department will start their work. Our work is done, everyone. Department ka work which is there, department will do assessment. Department did supposingly scrutiny and department found that there was something fishy. Department will do audit plus special audit. If they want more additional evidences, they will get inspection done of your premises. They will get a search done. Search and seizure will happen. If they want, they can also get you arrested. Now, after inspection, search, seizure, they will send you a demand and demand order. Demand order. Either go ahead and make the payment of the demand within 3 months, or department will go ahead and start recovery. Within how much? 3 months. Either make payment or department will start recovery, or you have one more option. You can go for a appeal and revision, right? Here we are done with the GST from your point and department point of view. Other than this, we have small miscellaneous topics which definitely will be going ahead and talking about it, right, everyone? Now let's go ahead and take a small cute break, and then once we resume from the break, we'll go ahead and start with our first chart. The first chart which is there is GST in India, introduction and administration. Let's take a quick break, everyone.